Good morning. Am I muted? No. Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Sorry for the delay. The technology was technology. Instagram logged me out. Anyway, so happy to be here. Happy Friday. The sun is out. The last few Fridays, it's been cloudy. And when I've looked at it on replay, I was just like, you probably should have turned the camera on or something. So excited to have you guys here. Happy Friday. Happy August 1st. The year is flying by. Good morning, Kim Roxy. I saw you, my sister. Good morning. Because Lolo might have you doing some things and you might fly off any minute. So I need to just give my shout out right then and there. And y'all know when I'm like literally making the coffee, like it's really Coffee with Angel. So, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Angel. I'm Angel, the founder of Maison 276 and the creator of the award-winning three-step system for silver, gray, and blonde hair, a healthy way to brighten, cleanse, and restore the natural brilliance of your hair without the use of purple dyes. And we join here as a community every Friday morning to talk about a variety of topics. Sometimes it's silver hair care, sometimes it's fashion, wellness, fitness, but they are all things that are important to you, the woman who is unapologetically growing bolder. And today's topic is just one that it gets me going. And it's these phrases, you're too old for that. Dress your age, act your age. What does all of that mean? Anyway, I haven't even typed in the chat yet what the topic is because I'm just so fired up. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Hey, everyone. Thanks for hopping in. Let me turn the comments on. So today's topic, your thoughts on just fill in the blank. You're too old for that. Dress your age. So clearly with today's topic, I just came out all the way this morning, Friday morning, wearing a denim bustier because that's how I feel when I hear and see stuff like that. I want y'all to type in the chat. Good morning. Today's topic. How do you feel about when you see comments like that? Dress your age, act your age. You're too old for that. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Jackie Preston. How are you? And Naturally Curly Kink. So, good morning if you're just joining us from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Today's topic, I want to know how you feel about phrases like, you're too old for that, dress your age, act your age. Like, does that trigger something? It triggers me. I'm going to just tell you. That's why I'm dressed in a denim bustier this morning. It triggers me, and I want to know how you feel about that. Another one, you look good for your age. That's another one that sets me off. My friend Diane Britt Smith did a post about that this morning, earlier this week, and she talked about how she responds to people who say that. My response is that you need to change your idea of what someone that's 65 looks like, because I'm one of those people. I have no problem saying my age. I really don't. I mean, it's not anyone's business, but oftentimes, I told someone actually said, like, there's a disconnect between your face and your hair. I'm like, well, no, this is exactly how the Lord made me. There's no disconnect, boo. This is what it was supposed to be. JLJ says, what's important is how you look, whatever you wear. So, that's a good point because I did a little, I'm not going to say I did research, but I was just curious, and so I typed in Google, what should a 70-year-old woman wear? And the answer triggered me. It said, I literally wrote it down. A 70-year-old woman should dress comfortable, practical, and then everything after that, it was like the Charlie Brown teacher, wonk, 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 wonk. That's how that sounded in my head. Comfortable, practical. Baby, I'm comfortable in 4-inch stilettos. So, but I don't think that's what Google meant when it said. It is that way of thinking, Shauna, is absolutely right. It's out the window, it's outdated, but it's outdated to us. But there are so many people who still feel that way, which is why many women of our generation, many women that are on this call, why you get comments that people who think they're complimenting you when they say you look good for your age. It is because their idea of you don't match their idea of what they think you should look like. Good morning, Marcia. Good morning. Murda says she agrees 100%. Brenda, right. You hear sometimes that it rubs you the wrong way. It triggers me. Because then I go off on a tangent and the poor person. Now, let me just say, I'm very polite. I am never rude. I take it as an opportunity to educate. And I think no matter how someone comes at you, I think we can use that as a teaching moment, like when we were parents, a teaching moment where we always are parents, but you know what I mean, when our kids are little. It's a teaching moment to say, maybe there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not out of the box. Maybe you just should have a better or more updated idea of what this age looks like. What's that supposed to mean? You look good. That's what I'm saying. But they gonna learn. They gonna learn. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So Instagram, tell me how y'all. What do you think when someone says that? Like, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Do you immediately consider it a compliment or not? Shauna says the ones who say that don't have any flavor with an A. You getting high fives. But I do, I know where, I was looking at Google and I was like, okay, first you have, told me to dress comfortable and practical. Well, stilettos are comfortable for me. But then going back to like the origins of those types of phrases really is the older women get, the less visible we have expected to become, right? Which is why a lot of women, it is not uncommon for women who are 50 plus to say, I feel invisible. I feel like no one sees me. And I know that way of thinking is not everyone's reality, but it is for some people, which is why when you're 50 plus or whatever, and you see people out here showing their six-pack or whatever, or wearing shorts or halters or bikinis, and they're very proud and comfortable. It surprises people that you can be so confident in your skin at that age at any age and not look like a 15-year-old, right? So, society's assumption that have been given to us is that the older we get, the more we should kind of fade into the background because the forefront, the spotlight belongs to younger women. And we just know that's not true, baby. The sun shines on everybody. And letting young women do their thing has nothing to do with us. And it does not mean you're trying to, I tell people all the time, I have no interest in being my daughter. I love her to pieces, but my style is my style. Her style is her style. And, if you say she gets this from her mama, I'm not going to be mad at that. But it's not even, there is a misconception that when you are 50 plus and you're still stylish, you're still updated, you might dress edgy, or what some people might call edgy, is that you're trying to be younger or be like the younger generation. And that's like 100% not true. We're just living our best life. And I think that is the message, is that we're literally not trying to be anything but the very, very best version of ourselves. So, the one thing I did see is, someone says age isn't a rule book, it's a runway. And I think I'm just going to speak for myself, and I'd love to know you guys' thoughts. I personally, like in the last 10 years of my life, I have become a lot more adventurous in what I wear. I've become a lot freer. I've taken a lot more risk. And I think that maybe that has something to do with taking the risk of becoming an entrepreneur at 57. I'm not sure. I'm sure some psychologists would say it was a combination of all of those things. But I am far more comfortable in my skin than I ever was at 25 or 30 or even 40 for that matter. And so I think a lot of this swag and flavor that people see that surprises them about women who are 50 plus is, I think, for some of us, we're finally coming into ourselves. So I would really like to know your thoughts on that. Comfortable and practical can still be chic, stylish, right, and sexy. They need to stop putting grown women in a box. Exactly. A sense of, right, you got to have some self-worth because, baby, if you wait for the world to give it to you, which is an issue, that's a topic for another day, but that is why some people have self-esteem issues because they're looking for external validation. But sometimes you just gotta encourage yourself. Sometimes you gotta be okay with you. Absolutely. Right, Kim, right. People have accepted societal manipulation in terms of, not being comfortable in their skin, in terms of actually accepting the fact that, I'm X age, fill in the blank, that time for me has passed. Y'all have heard me say they're going to find me in the stilettos. They're going to be like, oh, she tripped and fell. But we do have to, especially as women, when the images and the definition of beauty is so narrow, it's still very narrow. So it's really important that we learn how to find our own self-worth and that we encourage each other. That's what this platform is for. Every single Friday, no matter what we talk about, whether it's something serious or something funny or lighthearted or instructional, it is all about support at the end of the day and lifting each other up. So today's topic, good morning. Annette said she had to run downstairs and pick up her Amazon. But she's back. Oh, like good comments. Lady D says, I'm sometimes bothered when they compare actresses like Angela Bassett and Janet Jackson to us that have the money to buy the expensive creams for their skin and body. I think comparing regular people to any celebrity years ago, I mean, this was probably, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. I remember Oprah did this little, which first of all, she went out in public, like in Chicago, right, where she lived at the time, had been in Chicago for decades. Everyone knew her for being on TV for decades, but she went out without any makeup on, to restaurants with nobody recognized her. And so then she did this clip showing all of the makeup artists, the hairstylists, the wardrobe stylist. Like she essentially did a behind the scenes, really, of the entire army of people that put her together for what you saw on the Oprah Winfrey Show every day. And I wish she would pull that out, or somebody would like go through the chronicles and find that, because it is truly unrealistic. And I would say, Lady D, it really is not about the cost of expensive products. The things that I just did a vlog a few weeks ago on skincare products that I use, they're from Amazon, with the exception of one thing. They're all like 10, $20. A couple of them were a little bit more expensive, but you don't need super expensive products. You just need the right products for your skin. And particularly, you need the right products for your hair and skin as we mature, because all of those things change. The key for, if we're talking about hair and skin, the key is moisturizing and hydration, and making sure that once you actually infuse the hydration, which is water, whether it's your hair, your skin, that you lock it in. But it doesn't have to be the price tag of the things that we use. It just needs to be the right types of ingredients, and ingredients that condition, moisturize, hydrate, whether we're talking about our skin or our hair, and things that don't pull moisture from our skin or our hair. So if you go through that vlog, you'll see a whole list of things you should look for, even in the soap you buy, the body wash. Just make sure they don't have things like phosphates and sulfates that are very commonly used, because they create suds, but they also dry your skin out. So it's not necessarily, yes, it is an unfair comparison to compare regular people to celebrities, but we don't need expensive products to maintain our skin and our hair. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going through the chat to make sure I'm not, I know it's coming in on the screen, but also I like to put them up. Oh, okay. Brenda, so you do remember when she went out, we're talking about Oprah. She did that experiment. She went out with no makeup, and in Chicago, and nobody knew who she was. And she sat down at a table, was talking to some ladies, and they, like, the look on their face was like, oh, I love this. JLJ says her body is more fit at 65 than it was when she was in her late 40s and 50s. I believe that, sis. First of all, if you have children, you were so busy taking care of them that you probably didn't have the time to take care of yourself. I totally believe that. Absolutely, which is such a great point. Thank you for saying that, because it is never too late. Don't let anybody tell you that it is too late to do anything. It is not too late to get in shape. It's not, baby, if you're still breathing, you got time. It is never too late. Even if you're completely sedentary right now, you just start. I always say, outside is free. walk in your neighborhood. You can go to a local school and walk around the playground, or if they have a track, walk, like go to a local park, outdoor space. That's free, baby. All I will say is you get you some good athletic shoes. We can't skimp on the shoe because your feet and your back, your whole body will regret it. So get you a good running shoe. Not that you don't have to run. I always recommend, especially if you're starting a fitness journey and you're starting with just walking, just getting your body moving. I always recommend a good running shoe because it has great support and it has great I can't think of the word, the cushioning impact. So it's great. It's got great impact absorption, which we need for our knees, our joints, our back. I mean, we always need that, but as we mature, we definitely need that. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Okay, the necklace. Oh, it's always open mic. Even if we have a topic, it's always open mic. So this, I had to think. Okay, this is from Zara, but Zara often sells necklaces that are stacks, but you can wear them separately. And so that's what this is. It's like 3 different necklaces, but it all came together. So they were designed to be stacked, but you can wear them separately. And that's what this is. So if they still have it available, I'll put it in the, because after each Coffee with Angel, we upload it to YouTube. So if you hop on late or if you just don't have time to join us live, you can always watch it. So I will put the link to this. And if you're interested in the denim bustier, it's like 3 years old, but I did a summer denim vlog last month, and it's actually still available. So if you watch that summer denim vlog, if you haven't, please do. But the link is in there. But I will check when I upload this to see if it's the Zara necklace is still available. Thank you. Brenda says she's 76. Ooh, baby, I got 11 more years to go, and I'm looking forward to it. And people don't believe it. Yeah. Just taking care of yourself. We're just taking care of ourselves out here, living our best life. Good morning, all about food. No worries at all. You always know, no matter when you hop on, you can always join the chat and you can always watch the replay. So if anyone just hopped on late, I'm going to put our topic up for this morning. And it's basically, how do we feel about these comments like dress your age, act your age, you look good for your age, you're too old for that. I love that you're too old for that. Isn't that the whole point of getting to a certain age in life where you literally can do whatever you want to do? You can't be too old for it. You can literally do whatever you want to do. Oh, regarding skincare and hair care and makeup, Kim Roxy, who also is the founder of Lamique Beauty, and y'all know first of all, let me tell you what she said. A good consultation can be a game changer. And that is so true, especially when it comes to facial care and makeup, because I always talk about Karan Washington and Kim Roxy, who both taught me how to do makeup. Because when I look at photos that I took before I worked with them and photos that I took after, complete difference. And y'all know my girl Kim Roxy is the queen of eyebrows. If you have ever watched any of my makeup tutorials, and I have like 2 or 3 on the YouTube channel, I always talk about, even no matter what you do, if you don't put any foundation on, if you're just putting on a little primer, you got to do the eyes, because the eyes frame the face. And as we get older, our brows and our lashes get sparse. Y'all have seen me many times without makeup. It looks like I have no brows and no lashes. My girl Kim Roxy with the Revelation Eyebrow Kit will get your brows together. So, Lamique beauty, eyebrows. She sells other things too. She does sell foundation, lippies, but baby, you got to start with the eyes because the eyes frame the face. But Kim is absolutely right. You know, if you're stuck, or honestly, if you just want a fresh look, a good makeup consultation will change your life. Kim, girl, they're giving you shout outs. Jackie Preston. Epsilon Lambda, Jackie Preston is like, I love the kid. I'm telling y'all, if y'all, those of us know, you know. So that is the topic for today, all about food. Good morning, Rose. Rose is living her best life. Look at that picture. At 79. I mean, it's a tiny picture. I'm sorry, I'm all up in the screen. But look at that face beat. Oh, yes, Rose. Yes. Living her best life in Georgia. Goals. That's all I have to say. Hashtag goals for all of it. Hashtag goals. You look fantastic. Kim, you know I'm always shout out my girls. The gold, right. So Shauna's talking about in one of our ads or promos for Maison 276, we show the contrast between the Golden Girls and the Sex and the City cast. The Sex and the City cast is actually older than what the Golden Girls were when they filmed that sitcom. So that just really goes to show how different we have evolved in terms of not just how women, how we see ourselves, but there's still a lot. And yes, some progress has been made, but there's still a long way to go. We need to get to the point where people, those comments that we're talking about right now are not, you don't hear them anymore. You know, you look good for your age. It's just stop at the, you look good. You don't need a qualifier. 79 is the new. I know you saw her. Did you see Rose all about food? Rose, they probably were all up in the screen like me, like, look at that face beat on her. She looks amazing. I know this, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about it when they say, I saw something on Instagram where someone said 60 is the new sexty. Like, I thought that was very, very cute. I thought that was very cute. Good morning, Beverly. Well, welcome to Coffee with Angel. We hop on every Friday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm the founder of Maison 276. Let's see, you are hopping in. Oh, you're on YouTube. Okay. So every Friday, we come on and we talk about a variety of topics. This morning, we're just talking about, you know, how we feel about ageist comments like you look good for your age, you're too old for that, dress your age. So we're just getting a lot of feedback, everybody pushing back on these stereotypes and outdated notions of how women should look, frankly, at any age. And we know we got work to do, but we're out here teaching them one fabulous woman at a time. So if you happen to join late or if you happen to miss us one Friday, Beverly, all of the chit chats are uploaded on YouTube, and you can watch all of them along with any of the other vlogs. So welcome. This is a fantastic, supportive community. And even though we might be talking about a particular topic, it's always open mic here. So you guys, next, you know, I always ask you for suggestions on content, recommendations. Bye, Jackie. Good morning, Yaya Roth. Good morning, Sean. No worries. You guys never have to apologize for hopping on late. Like, you're out, you're doing life, and you always know you can catch up later because it'll be uploaded on YouTube. So you guys know I always say, one, this platform is for you. I'm the conduit. And I always ask for content recommendations. And one of the things that you guys mentioned a few months ago was that you would like for me to bring on guests. And so we have been working on that. And so tomorrow, next Friday, we're doing our first Coffee with Angel in a remote location. Now, we've done some Saturday Coffee with Angels in different cities, but we didn't film it. So next Friday, I'm doing Coffee with Angel live from, and you know it's going to be coffee related, right? So we're going to do it live here in Houston at Three Keys Roastery. So Three Keys is my favorite coffee brand. It is created here in Houston. It's a female owner. And so we're going to just chat about entrepreneurship. She is a young mom. She has 3 boys in elementary school. I don't know when she sleeps. I'm going to ask her that. I'm going to ask her that because I know I couldn't have been an entrepreneur when my kids were her kids' age. But so I want you guys to be thinking about questions for her, especially as it relates to entrepreneurship, especially as it relates to a woman being in what is a non-traditional field for women. And just in general. So I hope you guys are excited. The time will still be the same. We're just going to have 2 people on camera. I'm going to be interviewing her, but I'm also going to have the feed open. So as you guys have questions, I'll be able to relay those questions to her. So I am very excited about it. Thank you guys so much for that recommendation. I told you guys I was working on it. And I am, and I have been. So I'm going to try to do at least one a month in a remote location. Now, sometimes when I'm traveling, and if I have the opportunity to interview someone that I think you guys would be interested in hearing from, I will do that. But I was like, what? But so super excited. And actually today, when we finish our call, our chat, later today, I'm actually going over to the roastery just to check out like the lighting and to make sure I probably will need to bring some extra light. So I am super excited about that. Let's see. Oh, of course. You would be interested in seeing or knowing my, okay. That is actually on the content list. A couple of weeks ago, actually it was last month, but because I was traveling a lot, I hadn't been able to do it. But the community talked about doing like a wellness series. And I had done a vlog before where I kind of touched on different aspects of, I guess I would call it my wellness lifestyle. And so what the recommendation was to do is just like break it down into a series. So I am working on that. And the workout routine will be part of it. I don't do a whole lot of things. I just do stuff that I like. And I do 10 minutes of things that I don't like. I don't like weights and I don't like ab work. I don't like anything like that, but I do it minimally. So I will kind of break that all down. And also from I don't call it diet because I don't do that, but just kind of like what I eat. I'm the kind of person, y'all, that I will see somebody else do a vlog that says like, oh, what I eat in a day. And I always think like, is the Maison 276 community, do they really care about that? I am here to serve you. And so a lot of times I probably overthink things. Not a lot of times, sure I do, in terms of what I think you would be interested in, because I am very concerned about it not always feeling like it's about me, because it really is about you. But I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm very happy to share that. And so I am working on that. I am. So thank you all about food. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And finally, the new project. The girl has so much going on. I'm doing the most right now. My new project, you guys remember I talked about it 2 weeks ago. And while the rollout has been slower than I anticipated, we are getting there. So if you have not, oh, you've been enjoying the music? Thank you. It's starting slow, but I got to remember, like, the first YouTube channel, I started slow and every day looking like, is anybody on this channel? So thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I started a new YouTube channel. It's just music, and it's called the Maison Lofi Lounge. So let me put it in the chat. And it is just music. I like to think of it as your digital chaise lounge. And how I came up with the idea is I work from home, and normally I have the YouTube music on, and I like different types of music at different types of the day. And so I was having to, like, change the channel at certain times of day, find another channel that had another kind of music that I wanted. And so I came up with the idea of creating a channel for our community that had all of those types of music in one place. So, and we're still building it out. I'm adding, like, maybe, one or two playlists a week, because of course it's absorbed into all the other stuff that I'm doing. And the playlists are typically 3 hours long, so it's not something that you have to keep changing. And it's just instrumental music that you can relax to, work if you work from home, if you just like background music. It's just calm music. Some of it's low beat, some of it's a little bit more up tempo. It just depends on what you like. And over time, we will have music for morning meditation, music. There's a morning coffee playlist. That's the one that I started building out first, the morning coffee playlist. And then a mid-afternoon playlist that's a little bit more upbeat, maybe, well, I'll just say me, like sometimes midday, I might start dragging a little bit. I don't want to drink any more coffee. So just a little bit more upbeat music. Then there is sunset jazz, which is like end of the day. I'll have that on when I'm, one of those rare occasions when I'm cooking. I cook probably like 2 or 3 times a week. But it's just kind of something to kind of settle my brain down, because my brain's just like always going. And then ultimately there will be a nighttime or a sleep playlist. But I'm starting with the coffee, morning coffee music. So thank you guys so much. And also feel free to drop recommendations in the chat, for different types of music you like, different types of scenes. If you notice, all of this, the initial scenes have water in them, because I find water very soothing. My favorite vacation is always going to be something with a beach. But if there are other types of scenes that you would like to see, just like the Beauty of Aging channel on YouTube, where I take you guys' recommendations, I'm building this out for us as well. And while it doesn't say the music is specifically for women, it's definitely a chill, calm vibe. like I said, I wanted to create a digital shades lounge for you. So thank you, All About Food. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your comments this morning. It was a great topic. And we're out here educating people one beautiful woman at a time. And hopefully our daughters will never hear the phrase, "You look good for your age." You guys have an amazing weekend. I'm excited to see y'all next week at Three Keys Roastery, where I will be doing some giveaways also. So join us next week. In the meantime, thank you so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next Friday on Coffee with Angel. Also, I forgot to mention that all of the music on Maison Lofi is original and composed by moi. I was trying to upload a new song this morning, but the technology was technology. So we'll have some new music next week. Thank you, guys. Oh, it is. Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted, Brenda. Soothing, calming, and relaxing. That's exactly. Thank you for the confirmation. I appreciate it. Now here's a little bit more music from the Lo-Fi channel.